So back with Jessica, we're just going through some of the properties that we've organized and sold together, and so let's talk a little bit about Franklin, because good friends of mine were basically moving to Alberta from Toronto. They were changing their entire lives. They had 2 kids. They had a house full of stuff, and in our process, the first step was, bring Jess, bring an inspector, bring the stager, understand all the things we're going to do to the property. And luckily we had a bit of time before they moved, so we, over time we fixed things up. You got involved at different stages. So yeah, maybe talk about that.
Sure. Yeah, I think early on, the first thing was just volume of stuff. I mean, this was not a large house, and 2 adults and 2 kids under 10, I believe.
Yeah.
With a lot of stuff. Anyone with kids knows.
Have stuff.
My goodness, do they have stuff. And not only did they have kids' stuff, they were also storing their parents' things.
Oh, okay. Wow,
and so their basement was really full of, and they're both creative people. They're several artists.
Yeah.
And so they had all that to go through as well. So I think the first start there was, again, the basement. That probably took a good day and a half, almost 2 days, just to sort through the basement.
Really? Okay, wow. Yeah.
And the beauty of that is once you make room in the basement, you can then, you have space to kind of organize and move and sort of plan it out a bit better. So that was where we started.
Yeah.
The kids, as kids get older, we all know, they need different things. And so all of these toys and baby stuff, it's a decision. Are you donating this? Do you have someone in the family to give it to? Where is it going? Because you don't need it anymore. In that case, they really wanted to give back to the neighborhood, and so there was a lot of just putting out on the street, out on the curb. And sometimes that's the easiest way to get rid of stuff because someone does it for you. So there was a lot of that with toys and things like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, we got so much done in one day. With you here, we get so much more done because they'd already been doing a bit of the process, right? And a little bit here, a few boxes here and there. But when I came and we were like, let's go, and there's 8 boxes ready to be donated and stuff is moving. This is efficient. This is really efficient. And
because if I can add, if I can jump in, what happens is it's like a chain effect of oh, I need to put this with that, and then 20 steps later you're like, what was I doing again? Right?
And the kids need to eat, and they need this, whereas I'm like, eye on the prize. We need to do this. Let's get, and then we would sort of set a goal. Okay, let's just finish this cupboard, and then we have then we have a cup of tea or whatever. We give ourselves a little reward, and that was really, really helpful. But they were so hands-on, and that was really, that expedited the process for sure.
I mean, it was emotional too. They were,
it was
uprooting their lives, moving to
and the
another
kids,
part of our beautiful country.
Right? They were worried, how are the kids going to react and how. And so one thing about kids that you have to be careful of is if you start donating their things and they see it, they then no, you can't give them no, and they want it all back.
Right.
So sometimes better just hide. Don't show them what you're donating if they're little, because I can guarantee, or maybe with adults too, but sometimes what you don't see, you don't think about.
Yeah, so we packed everything up, put it in a trailer. Actually, as one of those situations where you can store it on site so they can still go back and forth, and then eventually ship that out west. We sold the property for top dollar. We did a ton of renovations.
And then also on that property, we had coordinated a truck to come in and remove the bigger items that were no longer needed. The household, building materials and old couches and plastic chairs and an old barbecue and things like that are big and not needed. So
that's a good point, because a lot of people get really hung up on what's going to happen, and that's part of what we offer is, we'll take care of it. We'll take care of it.
Absolutely. We know somebody who does everything. We'll find you someone.
Well, that's the benefit of working with our broader team is it's not complicated for us. We've done it. We know the process. We know the steps. We know all the people. So it's easy to do that kind of stuff, right?
Absolutely.
And you focus your efforts on the stuff that we can't do, with choosing this between that and what do you want to bring with you and what do you want to. So I hope you found that hugely helpful. If you have any questions, if you're thinking about selling, thinking about moving, please shoot us an email, info@thinkto.ca. Or even if you just want to organize your home, I know the perfect person right now. Talk soon.